molecule, nitric oxide.
Yeah. So tell us, what is about this particular molecule that got you so excited that you devoted your whole career to it?
Well, I came out of I got a degree in biochemistry from the University of Texas in Austin. And then I went to LSU School of Medicine where I completed a PhD in molecular and cellular physiology. And this was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and a Nobel Prize had just been awarded for the discovery of nitric oxide. There was a lot of excitement around that field. It was really a unique, interesting molecule because it's a gas when it's produced inside the body. And once it's produced, it's gone in less than a second. 25 years ago, we realized that it was a vasodilator, meaning that it increased blood flow and circulation throughout the entire body. But we really didn't know how to measure it. We didn't know really a clear understanding of how the human body made nitric oxide. And we really didn't understand what led to a loss of nitric oxide production, which then we knew led to things like sexual dysfunction, high blood pressure, advanced acceleration of cardiovascular disease, dementia, Alzheimer's. So really, it kind of piqued my interest. And, we knew a lot at the time, but there were still so many things we didn't know and understand about nitric oxide. So for me, we knew it was a very important subject. And if we could understand how to restore and recapitulate nitric oxide production and signaling in the human body, then everybody thought that it would change the world. And it would certainly change the world of medicine and healthcare and this emerging field of wellness and longevity. And, I'm proud to say 25 years later, we've answered all those questions and we understand all the unanswered questions at the time. We know how the human body makes nitric oxide. We know what goes wrong in people that can't make it. And perhaps most importantly, we know how to restore the production of this molecule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first time I heard about nitric oxide was because of Viagra when I was in medical school. That's when they talked about the role it played. But was that time that you were just getting into nitric oxide research? Is around that time?
No, that's right. The PD-5 inhibitors like Viagra were approved by the FDA, I believe in 1998, the same year that the Nobel Prize was awarded. And so these drugs, they potentiate nitric oxide signaling, but they're not nitric oxide donors. If you fast forward 25, 26 years later, we know, and as a physician, that men that are prescribed Viagra or Cialis, only 50% of those patients respond with better erectile function or better urinary symptoms of BPH, the indications for those drugs. And the reason for that is because in order for those drugs to work, the body and the blood vessels have to be able to generate and produce a little nitric oxide. If you can't make nitric oxide, then those drugs can't work. And really, that's the basis for erectile dysfunction. So if we can restore the production of nitric oxide, we can basically take those non-responders and make them responders to PD-5 inhibition therapy. And basically, restore physiology, which is what my whole goal is to do, is to not apply the principles of pharmacology, which is what Western medicine is prescribing a prescription medication, synthetic compounds that inhibit biochemical reactions. My approach has been completely different. Let's understand the mechanism of disease to the extent that we can restore the normal function. And we coined this term restorative physiology. And so understand what the body is missing and give the body back what it needs. And that's what we do with our nitric oxide technology. We know how much nitric oxide a healthy person makes. We know how much is deficient in people with erectile dysfunction, high blood pressure, dementia. And we give that back. It's kind of like if you're low in vitamin D, what do? You give vitamin D. If you're low in testosterone or estrogen, we give those back to normal physiological levels. And that's what we do.